California is open for business. We are live with the hustle and the bustle to boost San Diego's economy. Plus, many who lost their jobs more than a year ago saw it as an opportunity and they ran with it. The new careers they pursued and the efforts to help others in the same boat. Plus,
I have an obligation to do the very best I can in this moment to make the difficult and hard decision.
California County Supervisor Nathan Fletcher sits down with ABC 10 News for a one-on-one conversation about the pivotal decisions that led to today.
ABC 10 News starts now with California reopening.
We are reopened. It has been 15 months since the first pandemic restrictions were put into place, 453 days since Governor Gavin Newsom issued the state's first stay-at-home order. 453 days that affected each of us in a very different way. 453 days we will likely always remember. But we'll also remember today, because today California is once again open. Good evening. I'm Steve Atkinson. As the state reopens and recovery begins in full, I am joined by our ABC 10 News anchor Lindsay Pena, live in a bustling Old Town tonight with the changes now in place. Lindsay.
Yeah, Steve, that's right. We're in the courtyard here at Fiesta de Reyes. The restaurant and the shops have been busy all day. This is the line for the restaurant right next to me, and we've seen a steady stream of customers since about lunchtime today. Now, if you want to come down here, what's different? Well, starting today, visitors will notice that the signs that ask customers to wear a face covering are gone. The markers on the ground to promote social distancing are also gone. The staff, though, is still wearing masks and taking other health and safety precautions because workplace standards set by Cal OSHA still require them to do so. The people we spoke with say they're excited to be out and about and feeling just a little more like normal.
I think it's cool. I think it's all right. I don't really care. I like the mask, but I'm down to not wear it either.
We're so happy we're through it. So happy.
The official health order says that unvaccinated people should still wear masks in public, but many of the business owners that we spoke to today said they're not going to be checking people's statuses. Now, as for people who are working, like the servers and the other staff here, we're expecting to hear some more guidance from Cal OSHA a little bit later in the week as to what happens with masks and things like social distancing for people who are on the job. Speaking of people on the job, one of the reasons restaurants in particular say that they're having trouble hiring is that people took on some new skills during the pandemic. ABC 10 News reporter John Horn spoke to one man who learned some new skills during the pandemic.
San Diegans who lost their jobs in hotels or restaurants during the pandemic and retrained are finding new work at places many think are reserved for those with those fancy technical degrees.
It's beautiful. It's awesome.
The last time Christopher Still was inside Lytx headquarters, he was delivering their pizzas. Now he works there in an entry-level sales position.
In the restaurant industry, there's not much room for growth, right? And this job, there's a ton of room for growth.
Christopher lost his job at a North County restaurant when the pandemic hit and didn't want to go back.
A lot of the regulations, restaurants were just hit really hard. They were struggling to get people in. I just thought, hey, it's time to move on from that and do something else.
He wanted a career in San Diego's growing tech industry, so he applied online for a sales development representative position at Lytx, a fleet management tech company. The position included 30 days of on-the-job training, and while Christopher was new to the industry, the company valued his service sector skills.
We look for folks that have a lot of tenacity and grit and are great with customers, great communication skills, and a lot of those skills transfer nicely out of the hospitality and restaurant industry.
Christopher was hired last month and is still working remote.
This is my first office job, so I've never seen anything like this, but I like what I'm seeing so far.
But soon he'll be back in these halls, perhaps ordering a pizza to celebrate. John Horn, ABC 10 News.
Now, the Workforce Partnership offers a variety of retraining skills. We have a link to their website on our website, abc10news.com. Now, when it comes to people's work routines, many appear to want to continue working from home instead of returning to a physical office. According to our ABC 10 News Union Tribune scientific poll, 40% of San Diegans who are working from home want to keep it that way. About a third would like a hybrid schedule, Even less want to go back to the office. Still, of those who want to keep working from home, nearly 30% of them wouldn't be unhappy enough to find a new job if they are told to come back to the office. So a little snapshot of where people stand right now on this reopening day. We are live at Fiesta de Reyes in Old Town San Diego. Lindsay Pena, ABC 10 News. Steve?
Right, Lindsay, thank you so much. A live look right now at Sky 10 with an aspect of California reopening that we're not looking forward to. This is a massive traffic backup because of that truck that caught fire. The miles-long backup is about the 8 eastbound near College after that car fire right there. Emergency crews are still cleaning up. No one was injured, but look at the traffic right now. We haven't seen that in months. It is slow moving. Of course, we'll keep you updated on this. Whether you were inside or outside today, there was no ignoring the fact that we had some heat out there. In fact, today is expected to be the hottest day of the week. Our high temperatures will stick around as well for a little while. Our meteorologist, Angelica Campos, joins us now with more on that. Angelica.
Hi, Steve. Not long ago, about a week ago, we were tracking cooler, cloudy weather, and here we are now. A lot of people probably turning on their AC for the first time as temperatures soar. And we broke records in Borrego Springs, 117. The record was 115 in Chula Vista, 85 degrees, shattering the record of 76. In Campo, 106. Breaking the record of 104 from 1961. Ramona made it to 100. The record for today was 101, so almost record temperatures for Ramona, Santee, 102 and 103 degrees in Valley Center. The temperatures are still in the triple digits in some parts of the county, including Warner Springs, 97 Escondido. And tonight, we're going to see more clouds. Temperatures are holding steady. Typically at this time of the day, we start to see the numbers dropping, and that just isn't happening. It is going to be a warm night around the county. Excessive heat expected into the weekend. We'll have a full breakdown of what to expect hour by hour.
It's going to be hot. Angelica, thank you. And with those temperatures in some locations hitting those triple digits, people in San Diego County search for ways to try and keep cool today as well. Our ABC 10 News reporter Adam Merkusen joins us live at a park in Otay Mesa, where for months those splash pads behind him, they were closed, but now they are back open. Adam.
They are back open, Steve, and it is a great way to cool down for people here in the South County. They're very splash pads back open. I was temperature recently, a lot nicer than when we were on at 5. I'm a little cooler. I might need a jacket. So I know we're debating whether or not to go in that splash pad. I still don't see it in the future. But scenes like this that are behind me, you're going to see scenes like this play out across the county in the coming days and into the summer. We are down near Waterfront Park a little bit earlier today. They've got the water fountains running, water where was splash around like they are out here in Eastlake. Parents I talked to said they knew that that area would be open, so it's a space that they targeted. You know, there was water, some shade, food. That was just one location in San Diego County. For those people who didn't have the option of going toward the water because they're inland, starting today, the County of San Diego opened its cool zones.
Is a safe place for people to come during heat waves or just on hot days if they don't want to run their air conditioner, or if they don't have air conditioning. They can come out, they can beat the heat. Service animals are allowed. You can come bring a bottle of water. We'll provide some games and activities, and people can just enjoy being in a cool space during these hot days.
And so the kids out here have been going at this for a couple hours. Every time the water turns off, they turn it back on. We've seen the families that are coming and going, ones that we've talked to, say that they came here because it is a way to stay cool right now. They can let the kids run in the water and hang out underneath the shade in the trees. Reporting live, Adam Merkusen, ABC 10 News.
Great way to stay cool. All right, Adam, thank you. Stay ahead of the heat wave with the ABC 10 News app. Get the temperature right where you live and more. You can find it for free right now in the App Store. Also tonight, hundreds of people attended that funeral service today for those 2 San Diego police detectives who were killed in that wrong-way crash nearly 2 weeks ago. Those who knew detectives Jamie Huntley Park and Ryan Park say they were inseparable since they met at the police academy in 2012. The couple married in 2016, and they were promoted to detective at the very same time in 2018. Jamie was a talented hockey player who later became a youth coach and an official. Ryan was described as a quirky, smart, long-distance runner who had a special knack for solving difficult homicide cases. Despite the tragedy, their superiors are now comforted knowing that the two will always be with each other.
And we can even manage a small laugh now that Ryan gets to meet Kobe Bryant and Chris Cornell.
They loved helping people. So please keep their legacy alive.
The couple got a full escort after that service. They were taken to El Camino Cemetery where they were laid to rest. And we have an update tonight on that Team 10 investigation after the military announced explosives that were missing for months from a Southern California military base have now been found. In February, Team 10 discovered C4 explosive disappeared during a long training exercise. This was on base in January at 29 Palms and were believed to have been stolen. C4 is a very powerful type of explosive. Sources confirmed that supervising officers offered a reward for any leads to find those explosives, but NCIS has not said where or how those explosives were eventually located. No arrests have been made and no charges have been filed. NCIS says it continues to investigate this case.